Hi, AM here, and today we're gonna do a video on what would be like to travel back in time 400 million years ago, during the Devonian, the early Devonian. So, let's see here, traveling back in time. So, on land, plants in the previous period, 20 or maybe 30 million years earlier in the Silurian, and life itself had just taken root. Sorry. But now, plants even taller, like even taller than people at least, and started to spread out throughout the land. But, and including all arthropods, so, and teeming with arthropods and gastropods and annelids. But no land vertebrates quite yet. And around the beginning, and this was around and being the early Devonian, being referred to as the early part of the so-called Age of the Fishes, due to fishes, including armor-plated ones called placoderms, replacing arthropods like those eurypterids, and, or in that case, invertebrates, like those, and cephalopods like, of course, those orthocones like Camarasaurus, as the dominant form of life in our oceans. And this is when they started to get bigger, from being, even in the previous period, being no bigger than my hand, like no longer than, like, say, 10 inches, like not even a foot, to being as big as 3 feet, or even longer. So yeah. And yes, there's still those eurypterids, including around this time being some, including Pterygotus, which appeared in the previous period, of course, and Jacalopterus, which can grow to be 7 to 8 feet in length. Yeah. We're around this time on the land, though, unlike 50 million years earlier, thanks to plant life and how it pumps all that oxygen into the air. Now it's, at that point, started to resemble oxygen levels of today, and would only get higher for the next 50 million years. So yeah. So yeah, definitely a prospering time for life. Of course, life in the seas were prosperous as ever. The oxygen levels are starting to be more like today, and life starts to move inland more and more away from the water. But still no land vertebrates or tetrapods, even amphibians, since they wouldn't appear until probably around with, starting with Eusthenopteron being a lobe-finned fish, and 5 million years later Tiktaalik. Around 20 million years later when they started to appear, but even then, they all also mostly were tied to the water. But over time, grew more and more adapted to life on the land, and up until around 370 million years ago, being, of course, Ichthyostega. So yeah. Actually, a pretty interesting time and a very prosperous time for life at that point. Yeah. And pretty essential. But anyway, that's only my insight. But as usual, leave a like and subscribe to watch more content on this channel every day, especially if you're new here. But from now on, thanks for watching.